and welcome to the Gamescom Opening Night Live 2020 pre-show. I'm Kyle Bossman, and this is my hot and stinky apartment. I realize you probably have a lot of questions right now. Like, who is this guy? Not that important. Is this the show? No. Just to be clear, this is the pre-show. This is you and me for the next 20 minutes getting excited about Opening Night Live proper, the big show. That one is gonna look nice. That one's got Geoff Keighley. That one's got a budget. It's gonna be fancy looking, not like this. And then you might be thinking, wait, is the next 20 minutes just this guy with his headband talking to me about stuff? No, it's going to be some of that. But most of the show is trailers. We have world premiere trailers right here for the pre-show. If anything, my job is just to smile at you and fill time in between trailers. In fact, we should, I think, start off with a trailer. We'll talk about Opening Night Live. It's going to be big and fun and awesome, but I feel like the best way to kick off a pre-show is just to get right into one. Our first world premiere trailer is a game that was just announced earlier this year at an Inside Xbox event from Bandai Namco. This is Scarlet Nexus.
Vale, gente, bienvenidos aquí a la Gamescom 2020. Estamos en directo. Estamos en lo que es la presentación. Acaban de poner un tráiler.
Of doing things, and I have mine.
Bueno, pues ya nos han soltado el primer tráiler para Xbox. Neroz, bienvenido, siempre estás aquí en el canal, tío. El Ghost me ha encantado, te lo tengo que decir, me ha encantado, es una pasada. Si puedes jugarlo, tío, aprovechalo porque es un juegazo, Ahora mismo estoy sacando lo que es el platino. Es un juegazo. Tenemos por aquí también a Quiroquesa, mi gran amigo. La fecha del Shadowlands. Bueno, en principio han dicho que se va a ver un tráiler. La fecha supongo que también la desvelarán al final del tráiler. Ah, ya te lo has pasado, tía, pues habrá gustado, supongo. Es buenísimo, a mí es que me ha gustado muchísimo. Sí, de lo mejorcito. A mí ya sé que alguien me va a matar, pero casi que me ha gustado más que The Last of Us 2, A ver, tenemos otra World Premiere. No sé cuál es este, la verdad.
Humanity's reach will be
A mí me encantaría que retomaran la saga de Dead Space. Me encanta esa saga. Sobre todo el 1 y el 2 fueron juegazos. Quiero que esa que tú estás hasta los huevos tiene WhatsApp,
We've got a lot more world exclusive trailers to go, more pre-show to go, and
Con lo viciado que estás al Warcraft.
Next up, we have a car
Wow.
brand synonymous with racing and innovation and a key partner of Gamescom for years, Ford. They're about to exclusively
Vaya pinta
reveal
lleva el
the
hombre
first
este, ¿no?
ever
Para hacer
car made with
la presentación, la
gamers
verdad.
for gamers. Check it out.
Ford knows racing. In 2019, we brought our love of racing.
Bueno, voy a hablar un poquito de lo que se ha filtrado. Han dicho que van a hablar de unos 38 juegos. No todos ellos serán novedades, sino que algunos serán expansiones, etcétera. Van a estar las mejores compañías, incluida PlayStation, Xbox, Bethesda, que ojalá digan algo del nuevo Elder Scroll. No lo creo, pero bueno. De Call of Duty se va a ver algo también, del Cold War, del nuevo. A ver qué ponen. También han dicho de Fall Guys y otros juegos. Medal of Honor, el nuevo Medal of Honor. Ratchet and Clank, que ya se vio en el show de PlayStation 5. Y a ver si hay alguna sorpresita, que es lo que yo espero, alguna sorpresita guapa.
And now our second global announcement. You got us so excited with Project P1 that we are now committing to make a real-world version of this groundbreaking car.
If I didn't have
Yepa.
games,
Aquí no.
I guess I would just be writing a lot more. Video games and writing are absolutely my two favorite passions, and I just managed to combine them into a job. So I feel like, honestly, I probably would have finished a couple of books.
If there was no game, what else would I do? I mean, I like tech, but you need to do things on the technology. And so if I can't play things, if I wasn't into gaming, yeah.
Ahora sí, Así sí.
TV watching.
If there's out there a universe where I'm not a gamer, then I probably would start to game.
I think I will try something to put some smile on the face of everyone.
He buscado algún sitio donde lo hacían subtitulado, pero no he encontrado ninguno, Una pena que los eventos estos no lo subtitulen.
Welcome back to the opening night live pre-show. This is only the
Este hombre ni se ha peinado, para el evento. Se ha puesto la cintita esa.
I think it is safe to say that this
Y fuera.
year's will be unconventional. So to tell us what to expect from the show,
Lo que diga la rubia, exacto.
Geoff Keighley. We are now joined by Geoff Keighley, host.
Hombre, el amigo Geoff Keighley, que nos pegó en el Cyberpunk, nos pegó un taladro de hora y media. El tío no se callaba ni para atrás.
I'm doing okay. So back in April, Gamescom said we're going digital this year. When did you start thinking about O&L and how that's going to look?
Well, we knew last year we were going to do another O&L this year because it was a big success, but yeah, we had no idea what format was going to take.
No lleva pantalones seguro. Estará en Cayumbo en su casa.
From Los Angeles, but I actually, Gamescom came to me and said we definitely want to do O&L. It's a digital event for the whole world, so even if we don't have something physically in Germany, we still want to do this show with you. And I said I was doing Summer Game Fest, and maybe we can bring all these things together to create this grand finale for the show. And all summer I was really hoping to do a show that was a little bit bigger than I've been, broadcasting from home here for many months. And I wanted to do something with kind of a set and a little bit of spectacle to it, and bring the whole industry together. And that's what we're going to do.
So is it going to be just as long as a regular show?
Yeah, we have like 2 hours of stuff to show folks from across the industry. Like the big stuff, the biggest games out there like Call of Duty, and then a lot of really, interesting titles. Of course, we're going to have some amazing next-gen stuff.
Sí, seguro, se ha puesto la gafa y todo para leerla. Seguro que lleva una chuletilla de las preguntas.
Has become a thing over the past couple of weeks. So it's really fun to have like the big and the small and the surprises and next-gen all blended together. But yeah, it's a full-blown show, 2 hours.
Is it going to be just back-to-back trailers, or are you going to do some interviews and demos?
you will definitely see trailers. You will see some extended gameplay demos of some titles as well. There will be a few interviews with a couple of developers. We've got some special guests. And one thing I will say kind of right out of the gate is that this is not sort of wall-to-wall shock and awe announcements of new games similar to last year at Gamescom. We have some really big updates on games that fans are excited about and meaningful, but you know, the kind of big surprise announcements, we have a few things in the show, and you know, we have lots of great things planned for the Game Awards, but similar to last year, this is really a showcase of like big holiday games coming next year that you know about. So, you know, I would tell people to set their expectations.
Bueno, lo mismo tiene la chuleta en el ordenador, Pero bueno, a ver si mira para abajo. Ve, no se calla. Como le deje hablar a Geoff Keighley, este no se calla ni a las 9.
Jeff, I'm personally looking forward to the show.
Well, me too. It's been really fun to build this, but you know, even working with our team, it's been challenging to do things safely in the
Kiro, si me voy a pillar la Xbox o la PlayStation 5, pues probablemente las dos. La verdad, no te voy a engañar. Siempre digo que no, me compraré una y acabo comprándome las dos. No, pues no puedo evitarlo, ya lo sabes. Ya me conoces hace mucho.
We haven't felt this summer, right? And a lot of the events this summer have been pre-taped, and they've been great and lots of cool game info, but I really wanted to do something live with a lot of energy to it. So if we do things right, that's what people are about to see.
Very cool. Good luck with everything.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks for hosting the pre-show.
I'm doing my best. So just so we're all on the same page about what just happened, that was basically an interview with my boss using questions that I mostly already know the answers to. So considering all that, I think that went pretty well. Next up, we do have another world premiere trailer, baby. Vroom vroom honk honk for Dirt 5.
Bueno, te dejo el WoW te lo dejo para ti. Ya sabes que yo soy más de otro tipo de juego. ¿Esto qué es? Parece un Rocket League. Tier 5. Bueno, ¿y qué esperáis ver vosotros hoy en la presentación? ¿Algún juego en especial? Y que ya ha dicho que el Shadowlands 16 de octubre de 2020.
So you think like a vampire bit a car and sucked out gas? To be continued.
Ya se ha quitado las gafas, el amigo.
For the part of the pre-show that I've been reading your live comments. I see them right now. Everybody's blowing up, demanding Kyle's 10 reasons to be excited for Opening Night Live. Well, let's kick it off. Reason number 10 to be excited for Opening Night Live 2020, feeling excited for next gen again. Number 9, Geoff Keighley wardrobe reveal. Number 8 reason to be excited for Opening Night Live 2020. Destiny trailers usually pretty good.
Sí, Anonymous, han dicho que van a enseñar algo de Cold War. Espero que no sea lo mismo de ayer, que pongan algo nuevo. De hecho, algún youtuber así de renombre ha dicho que sí, que van a filtrar algo. Bueno, que van a poner algo hoy. Imagino que será un gameplay escuchado, no lo tengo claro. Un gameplay de lo que es la campaña de Cold War. Como ya sabéis, hasta el 9 de septiembre no se puede filtrar nada enseñar nada del multiplayer, del multijugador, así que han dicho que será de la campaña.
We have one final world premiere trailer to show off, and this trailer is an announcement of a Switch version of a popular game from 2018 that can only be described as Dinosaursy. Enjoy.
Exacto, Nero, yo estoy deseando saber los precios, tío. Se ha filtrado por ahí de una tienda china, creo que era, o de Japón, los precios, pero no me convence mucho. Aunque es lo que espero yo, que valgan más o menos. La PS5 han dicho unos 500, 4,99 la edición con Blu-ray, la unidad para juegos físicos, y 3,99 la digital. Yo creo que por ahí irá la cosa, ¿eh? Bueno, precios y fechas, ¿eh? Porque yo estoy desesperado por saber cuándo van a salir ya.
And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the power of what we're up against and still believing that we can.
A mí me da que la Xbox va a salir antes de lo que pensamos, ¿eh? Yo creo que para el lanzamiento de Cyberpunk ya, si no sale ese día, saldrá por esas fechas. Vale, quedan 25 segundos para que empiece ahora sí de verdad la Gamescom. Sí, yo creo que en noviembre, ¿eh? El Cyberpunk sale el 17, ¿no? Si no recuerdo mal. Por ahí tiene que ir la cosa, ¿eh? Sí, el COT es el día 13 de noviembre.
To take control of our world. When we feel out of place, disconnected, and divided, there are always repercussions. Do we have what it takes?
Están poniendo trocitos de juegos.
To be heroes?
Grounded. Ha podido ver también el Call of Duty por ahí. Valhalla. ¿Pero en Gears? Ese Tsushima bueno ahí. Qué juegazo, la verdad. Horizon 2 también se ha visto. Resident Evil 8 parecía también. Los hombres lobos esos. Y Far Cry 6.
Hello everyone, I'm Geoff Keighley and welcome to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2020.
Bueno, aquí que Activision es tan grande ya que me parece a mí que ya le da igual, ¿eh? Sacar dos juegos a la misma vez.
In 2020, games have comforted and connected us more than ever. And with the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are only going to get better. Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase filled with more than 35 games to kick off Gamescom 2020. Tonight, you'll get a first look at Fall Guys Season 2 and an extended gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers,
sí, que se haya retrasado Halo es un chasco importante para Microsoft. Pero bueno.
This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane
15 millones de cuentas, madre
I
mía.
hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first
Ahí
game.
tenéis el Call of Duty
Just announced yesterday.
Black Ops Cold War.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And joining me is Dan Von Drack
A ver qué nos enseñan.
to tell us about the game and give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Good, Jeff. Thanks for having me here. This has been a dream project for us to work on from nearly the beginning of development. We knew Black Ops Cold War was going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, and we loved the idea of returning to the pillars that built the Black Ops franchise: deniable operations, conspiracy grounded in history, and that shadow.
Es el tráiler que se vio ayer en el evento.
Together, drop the player into the 1980s at the height of the Cold War, and it's really something that we know would feel relevant to today and also uniquely Black Ops.
Bueno, ha dicho que es una continuación directa del primer Black Ops, que pasa en la Guerra Fría, cosa que ya subimos ayer.
How does this fit into the Black Ops canon? You said it's a direct sequel, so are we going to see a lot of familiar faces?
Yeah, part of the fun in making this game was bringing back the iconic characters like Woods and Hudson and Mason and seeing how all those personalities.
Por cierto, el tráiler este que se vio ayer está hecho en PS5, ¿es? Al final del tráiler lo dijeron. Eran imágenes de PS5.
Now, one thing that I'm really excited about this is you're pushing the storytelling in kind of a new direction with some branches and some options about how you play through the campaign. Can you maybe walk us through your thinking there?
Yeah, one of the driving forces from early in development was to say, let's take this Black Ops thrill ride and infuse it with some player choice and some player freedom. Anything we can.
El personaje ha salido John Woods, que bueno, no es que esté, sino que ayer salió en el evento.
The player to create their own character for the Cold War campaign. They can name them and pick a military background and really pretend they are that Black Ops soldier that they want to be. From there, we want to take some of our missions and infuse optional objectives, multiple paths, and some player choice moments inside some of those missions. And it was fun to find that balance between.
Por cierto, llevo un vicio al Warzone increíble, y al multijugador exagerado. Sí, se ve de lujo, la verdad.
Comes the player wanting to feel that impact. So some of those choices earlier in the game and some.
Espero que traten bien a Warzone y no la caguen al juntar las dos franquicias. No creo, porque ha triunfado mucho el Warzone.
Absolutely. That was one of the big things for us. It's like we love that Black Ops has always been willing to take risks, and we all know they did some of this in Black Ops 2. And with our story and with these features, we loved paying homage to those early Black Ops games.
Oh, yeah, I remember the numbers. All right. Well, Dan, we are excited to see more of it. I know multiplayer reveal is coming in September, but since you got a switch there, maybe you could flip the switch on something exclusive for us. Right? What are you going to show us?
Yeah, absolutely. This is really exciting because this will be the first time we've done this outside the walls of the development studio. This is a scene from earlier in the game, and it's a critical point that really shows the narrative of the world, shows this threat that our heroes are going to be battling. So let's take a look.
A ver qué vemos.
1943. Detailed information from the Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos by the Russian spy known as Perseus. 1968, the Vietnam War. Viet Cong soldiers orchestrated by Perseus attempted to steal an American-made nuclear bomb from a U.S. firebase.
En imágenes reales.
5 days ago, while on a mission, we acquired intel that Perseus is in play again and planning an attack on the West. Perseus. The CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to the free world.
Mr. Hudson, we're all aware of Perseus. We're also aware he's more myth than fact. I mean, personally, I think he's nothing more than the Russian boogeyman.
From Woods.
General Haig, allow me to introduce the man best suited to respond to that. CIA clandestine special officer Russell Adler. He's one of the few people who even come close to capturing Perseus.
Mr. Adler, why should we take this Perseus threat seriously?
You don't have to, sir.
Yeah, then a lot of innocent people are gonna die. Why do you say that?
Sir.
Every time Perseus has come into play, it's shifted the balance of the Cold War. After 13 years of silence, if he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something that will affect the free world.
Se parece a Robert Redford,
Mr. President.
Sir.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, this is Jason.
Ronald Reagan me parece que ha entrado.
I know their names. Who do you think approved their last mission? Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal if the press gets a hold.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know who we are?
Every mission we go on is illegal.
Sergeant Woods, plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Al, we're talking about preventing an attack on the free men and women of the world. Give Mr. Adler whatever he wants. Gentlemen, you've been given an important task.
Se ven de lujo las caras, la piel y eso. Sí, sí, se parece un huevo.
There is no higher honor. And while few people will know of your struggles, rest assured, the entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
Vale, espero que enseñe algo de gameplay del Call of Duty.
Next-gen narrative action adventure game from Reflector Entertainment in Montreal. It's called Unknown 9. The game tells the story of Haruna, a woman raised on the streets of India and haunted by visions of her own death. Haruna struggles to understand her mysterious innate abilities to manipulate the unseen. Check out this first look.
Qué buena pinta tenía esto, ¿no? Hace la India. Sí, la verdad que pinta muy bien, ¿eh? Es increíble lo que han evolucionado los juegos, ¿eh? Una pasada. Awakening. A ver si ponen algo de gameplay, que es lo que realmente me gusta. Sí, sí, vaya gráficos, es que es increíble. Esta es la expansión de Doom Eternal que habían dicho que iba a salir. A mí este último Doom no me ha hecho mucho, ¿eh? Ya no me suelen gustar mucho ya estos juegos, ¿eh? Los Doom. La música es lo mejor de estos juegos. Es para menos para mí, ¿eh? The Ancient Goods. Un DLC dará una expansión de Doom Eternal. El 20 de octubre va a estar la cosa plagadita por esas fechas, ¿eh? Por cierto, ¿habéis visto el gameplay de Black Myth? Un juego chino que se ha filtrado unos 15 minutos de gameplay. Es espectacular, ¿eh?
Tonight, Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world a little taste of what's next. Casey, over to you.
Hey Geoff, it's great to see you again. You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014 Game Awards, accepting the Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age to life. We're still in early production, but we thought it was time to give you the very first look at how BioWare's passionate team of developers are crafting this very special game.
Pues échale un vistazo, quiero, porque es una auténtica gozada, ¿eh? Yo le tengo una gana ya. Exacto, sí, está basado en la fábula del rey mono, que es una fábula china, en la que está basada también Dragon Ball, el personaje de Goku. Y por lo visto es un estudio chino pequeño, o sea, las grandes producciones que van a poder hacer en esta nueva generación, es que me parece algo increíble. Sí, luego te paso el link del vídeo.
Frontier stories, it's got mystery, it's got hard-boiled detective stories, and of course it's all wrapped up in kind of a fantasy setting.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Dragon Age to me is
Ya te digo, como empiecen los chinos a sacar juego, que tiemblen los demás, ¿eh?
I am really excited about the future of Dragon Age. This is an original world, original flora, original wildlife, original architecture. That makes it fun to explore and discover.
In the next Dragon Age, you get an opportunity to see new things.
Y encima lo que se ha visto del Black Myth, este es una pre-alfa, o sea, es que está en los inicios del juego, es que es una pasada.
For the game we're working on now, we want to tell a story. What happens when you don't have power? What happens when the people in charge aren't willing to address the issues?
The things that you can expect in the next installment are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make.
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
We want characters to either be loved or hated. One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part want to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare and EA has been one of the forerunners in using motion magic technology, and that makes it way more realistic when you're looking at the characters and the way they walk and move and interact in the world.
Pues no lo sé, la verdad, no sé si van a hablar de Isis of Creation.
Is actually a living, breathing soul.
No, it's okay. That's the good kind of rumble.
I actually design bosses. I help with the creature design team as well. So I do all of like the big threats that you have to go up against.
Nobody dies on my watch. For the Wardens!
Choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party member dies. And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore a lot more of them.
To me, that potential is what gets you up in the morning. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Sí, yo estoy deseando ya que salga la nueva generación. Estoy deseando ver algo ya, tocarlo, probarlo.
Next up, it's time for something special.
Ojo, regreso al futuro. Hostia, ¿este hombre está vivo todavía?
Wow, wait, you're, what's his name? Back to the Future?
I'm Emmanuel Brown, doctor of physics, not of medicine, and certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you doing here?
I did come back from the future to this.
Ya está igual,
On August
Está igual.
2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
During the mid-20th century, some friends of mine from Menard Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility.
Sí, exacto, igual de viejo. Yo era viejo cuando la peli.
Now, 7 years later, we've digitized the experience. It's unbelievable. You can access the program through your computer and then be medically trained from the comfort of your keyboard. And it's available as of, great Scott, this very moment. Tonight, I want to world premiere a few examples of some of the incredibly successful test subjects who have already completed the course.
So you're saying a world premiere will save our future?
Only time will tell. And speaking of time, I'm off to
No está igual, está más estropeado, ahora que se ve de cerca.
26, The Return of the Son of Thanos, opening 2077. And with that, I leave the fate of the human race in your hands. Just make sure you play Surgeon Simulator 2. Now, doctor's orders.
That's on his head! No! Somebody give him a little pat on the head. Where does this part go? Wait, there, we got it. He looks good as new. Now grab the good arm and bring it in here.
Parece de PC.
Jesus Christ! Put it back! Oh, he's perfect! We saved him!
Menudo juego. La verdad que...
Doc Brown introducing Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator. Only on opening night live. All right, well, if you thought that
Qué
crossover
puntazo sacar al hombre este de Regreso al Futuro, ¿no?
this next game announcement
¿A este juego?
I don't think anyone probably saw coming. Check this out.
¿En qué momento se te ocurre llamar al hombre este para hacer la promoción de un juego, 30 años después de la película. Por cierto, ¿habéis visto la noticia de que van a hacer una serie de Resident Evil? Creo que en Netflix ha dicho. Ya está en producción, creo, si no me equivoco. The Walking Dead. Estos son la nueva generación también.
Tonight is just the start of Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days, there are more streams from IGN and Webedia with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest, and some special new shows just for Gamescom. Your portal for all things Gamescom this year is Gamescom Now, which you can check out at gamescom.global. Now, one game you'll hear more about later on IGN's post-show is this one, a return of 2 classic characters that I love. Check this out.
Yo tengo ganas de ver algo de Bethesda, Algo bueno. Un nuevo Fallout, que no lo creo. O un Elder Scrolls, sobre todo ese. Yo tengo muchísimas ganas. Pero como dijeron que ya que iba para largo, que iba para unos cuantos años, no tengo mucha esperanza.
return of Sam and Max. Yes. All right. And now it's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host for ONL from IGN. Please say hello to Sydney Goodman.
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, everyone? I'm Sydney Goodman, and
Ojo,
I am
otra
thrilled
vez.
to be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about
Las
all
cosas
the
están
different ways
empezando a
that IGN
mejorar.
is involved in this year's festivities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations. Like I said, IGN is going to be here for all of Gamescom with great shows such as Gamescom Studio, where you can find me and my co-hosts for all day long games content, interviews, dev talks, and more. Plus, we have Gamescom Awesome Indies, the show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Central European Time, so be sure to tune in for more announcements and special guests. And now, let's go back to Jeff for our next big world premiere.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sid. We are so excited to see what's in the Gamescom studio and also Awesome Indies. And I'm going to be on the Daily Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that. All right, well, on to our next game. In the next World of Warcraft
aquí está.
expansion, players will journey
Aquí
beyond
lo
the
tienes,
mortal
Kiro.
world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot before. The Shadowlands, the afterlife of an entire Warcraft universe. The infinite realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different factions, known as covenants, each holding dominion over a different aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part of one of these covenants when they cross over into the Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you
A mí New York también me encanta,
the noble and pure
Estuve allí hace unos años y
from the realm of
la verdad es que me encantó.
who are charged with carrying the souls of the dead.
Sin no he tenido el placer de estar.
Sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called Afterlives. Enjoy.
Vamos a ver el world premiere de WoW.
Light, save my soul.
Uther.
Where am I?
Welcome to Bastion.
Tranquilo que te va a dar un infarto,
You led a
Kiro.
truly selfless life, and for that, you have been chosen.
Chosen?
To shed your mortal burdens and join the ranks of the Ascended.
Nunca he probado
Serving
un
to ferry the souls of the dead
juego, un WoW.
unto
No lo he probado nunca y me gustaría, la verdad.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be.
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the maw long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
Me da miedo probar estos juegos por si me engancho demasiado. Es que nunca me ha dado por probar los Neroz, la verdad. Y mira que tengo amigos enganchados, pero enganchados.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen, I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos. I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
La verdad que no puedo comentar nada porque no sé ni quiénes son los personajes.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me.
Creo que son expansiones, Neroz. Tiro te lo explicará mejor, que lleva, como ves, enganchado desde 2008. De hecho, solo juego a eso. Que es el miedo que yo tengo.
Impossible. The maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never would have known of this calamity. The path is flawed.
Enough! The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my Archon. Uther, the time of your ascension has come.
Pedazo de vídeo,
I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself. The moment he falls.
Lástima no poder entender lo que están diciendo, ¿eh?
I see. Only darkness before me.
Now, cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
No lo sé, Neroz, si son del clan de los cielos. Yo estoy más perdido que un pulpo en un garaje con este juego, la verdad.
Remember what he did and take your vengeance.
Y lo bueno es que lo veo y me emociona, me entran ganas de jugar.
Justice.
Respira, ya puedes respirar, Kiro.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that exclusive look at Bastion. Now, we know many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait is almost over.
...27 de octubre... ...27 de octubre... ...ahí tenéis la fecha... ...queda nada, hombre... Esto mola más, que el vídeo de antes... Vale, pues el 27 de octubre parece que estará disponible Shadowlands.
October 27th, it is official. And we have so much more opening night live still to go for you. Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5, much more. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
Have returned. They corrupted, divided, conquered, until finally the gates of Rome were thrown open, meaning eternal.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Se ha cortado la emisión? Un segundo.
I had some masked fun with He's where?
Vaya, parece que es un problema de ellos, parece, ¿eh?
To tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. What their crash in the games
around Cologne, but what he was
play in Crash 4 narrative.
Yeah, so back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash.
Sí, no sé qué pasa, ¿eh? Eso es cosa de ellos. Estará todo el mundo viéndolo.
That we've made, and they're really hard and they're really awesome and they're super. We can't wait to get people's hands on.
Vale, parece que ahora va mejor ya.
I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be integrated into the game? Are they optional, like offshoot stuff, or how do you get to them?
Sure. So players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object to pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms, really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure plumbing kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. Narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally crewed by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been
Neroz, no me he enterado, estaba viendo lo del streaming, estaba intentando solucionarlo y no me he fijado, Si no me equivoco es Crash 4, ¿no? Lo que han enseñado ahora.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right, well, we will be right back after this for more Gamescom Opening Night Live.
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture that obliterates without warning. Alone, the hordes of Enoch will fall before me. But together, this entire planet will fear us.
Oh, qué guapo esto,
The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road, into the dark heart of creation. 'Cause I feel the way you feel. Yeah, I kill the way you kill. We will find the source, whatever it holds, whatever it takes.
Esto ya me empieza a gustar más, Outriders. En vacaciones 2020. No sé, cuando dice Holiday, no sé si se refiere a las de Navidad, supongo que será. El anterior evento también decían todo el rato Holiday.
Welcome to the Hyperscape. Enter a contender.
Yes, ikuzo.
Leave as a champion.
This is it. Time to party.
Bueno, esto sí, Hyper Escape. Otro Battle Royale nuevo de Ubisoft. Lo he probado y a mí personalmente no me gusta. Aquí este es Capitán Tsubasa.
Welcome to Necromunda.
Gran serie,
I can see you're new here. Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble but a rich boy.
Yo iba a decir lo mismo yo, Neroz, que se asemejaba mucho a Destiny.
Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armor, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo. Why would someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners and... Oh, makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now, mixing that whole pot together in a place like this, you can imagine what happens. Chaos, gang warfare, for wealth, for power, hell, sometimes just for fun. So, think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4.
Necromunda, 8 de septiembre. Ya han puesto el tráiler en castellano del WoW, en battle.net.
Além de realidades virtuais extremamente fidedignas e realistas, eu acho que também se encontra em formas mais expressivas e absurdas,
Te dejo ver ahí, pero no tardes,
formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como uma ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future of gaming to be quite bright and quite online. The next generation of console will clearly allow AAA and indie developers
Qué
to
broma,
make
hombre.
more creative-driven games that I hope will cover more diverse subjects.
I want to play all kinds of stories about people and places, both real and imagined. I want comedy games, I want autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Pro futuro dos games, eu vejo uma evolução, obviamente, gráfica, mas eu vejo ainda mais evolução na inteligência artificial e na maneira com a qual a gente interage.
A ver si dicen algo de la Play 5, tío.
Tudo em busca de experiências mais imersivas.
Aún queda más de 1 hora de evento, o sea que se supone que quedarán cosas importantes por enseñar.
Biggest games in the industry and also smaller titles that should be on your radar. So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of 2 in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game engine to realize his vision for a fully destructible game world. What he's building has absolutely blown me away, so I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight. I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch. Teardown.
A ver, otro World Premiere. ¿Qué es esto? Madre mía, yo este tipo de juego, tío, ¿alguien los compra? Se une a ir a Minecraft, ¿no? Hace como destruir construcciones o algo. Down. Ni idea.
Last year at Opening Night Live, we announced Little Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changes right now. Here is a first look at the
Espero que enseñen algo más del nuevo Call of Duty también. Aunque no lo creo, ya. Si no lo han mostrado antes ya con el trailer aquel. Bueno, el trailer, el vídeo. Sí, será raro, sí.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Este juego tiene buena pinta, es bonito, Está bien hecho, la verdad, De Resident Evil 8 me molaría ver algo, también. Algo que no se haya visto, claro. Sí, es la segunda parte del Neymar.
WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in
¿Este quién es?
WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia! This is great. This arcade-style video game is over-the-top outrageous.
Hola Lucas, bienvenido al directo.
Superstars and legends brawling it out like never before. Oh no, hold on to your toupee, Mauro. Look out below. WWE is LIT. You know, I'm a little more old school than
Se puede hacer WK 2K, pero en cabezones, ¿no? Sí, sí. Había leído algo de este, sí. El enterrador. Qué grande, ¿eh? Es mi personaje favorito. Sí, sí, rollo muñecos cabezones, ¿eh? Pues seguro que más divertido que el otro. Battlegrounds.
Hello again. I have even more awards to announce, so let's get right down to it. The winner of Best Action Adventure Game is Watch Dogs Legion.
The city needs a resistance.
Watch Dogs, este ya lo vimos en la presentación de Ubisoft. Forward. Ya se ha acabado, Kiro.
The winner of the Best Action Game is Star Wars Squadrons.
Star Wars Squadrons. Este ya vimos bastante también. Tengo curiosidad también por saber si van a sacar unas nuevas gafas VR para Play 5.
The winner of Best Multiplayer Game is Operation Tango.
Operation Tango. It takes two to save the world. I used to be an explorer.
The winner of Best Indie Game is Curious Expedition 2.
Juegazo este.
Did not believe what I had
Madre
witnessed.
mía.
It was time for the world to learn my name.
Porque el mundo no se acaba en el WoW.
Congratulations to all the
Hay
winners.
muchísimos juegos por
As I
jugar.
mentioned, IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5.
Geoff Empire, Halo se ha visto, ¿no?
Show floor with up to the second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late night talk show, our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming, and finally the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom now.
Vale, han explicado todo lo que van a hacer los eventos en la feria, que dura hasta el domingo.
Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive
Sí, tenía pinta de ser
combat
de móvil,
game from Motive Studios that delivers the ultimate Star Wars pilot fantasy. We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll
Vale, nos van a enseñar algo de Star Wars Squadrons.
the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an all-new authentic single-player story set after the events of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Today, we'll get a glimpse at what Squadron's story has to offer by taking a brief look at one of the single-player missions featuring some light narration by the Motive team. Let's check.
We all choose our path. Light or dark. Freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan in order to spread fear and douse the fires of rebellion. But the heroic pilots of the Rebel Alliance have chosen to...
habrá que verlo. A mí todo lo que huele a Star Wars me gusta, o sea que habrá que catarlo,
that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new republic.
Lucas, es la presentación de los juegos de nueva generación y los juegos que están por venir de aquí en adelante. También se prevé que expliquen algo de PS5 y Xbox Series X. Y nada, va, eso es una feria que se hace anualmente en Alemania. Sí, exacto, es de Colonia. Y como este año está el tema del COVID, pues se está poniendo de moda los eventos digitales. Las ferias digitales ya, casi. Y yo diría que se van a quedar, ¿eh? Han venido para quedarse.
Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this Starhawk and eliminate it. Gladly, Admiral Sloan.
Over the course of the story, you'll fly as two pilots on opposite sides of the war. And, like
Neroz ha jugado al Jedi Fallen Order.
You'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Ahora están enseñando la imagen en el VR.
Today, we're giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent
Sí, la verdad es que yo le estoy pillando gustillo a los eventos digitales estos, ¿eh?
Your mission is to extract her from an orbital outpost above Hosnian Prime. Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate perimeter defenses. The outpost is defenseless. When you've secured the area, you will escort the
Pues a mí me encantó el Fallen Order, es un juegazo, ¿eh?
Once Thorn is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers.
El mejor que han hecho, de Star Wars para mí.
Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point. We have Republic corvettes inbound. Move, Titan.
Ladies, change course and keep Agent Thorn safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters. Understood.
Si lo puedes probar, tío, dale una oportunidad,
You have my thanks, Titan Squadron.
No time to celebrate.
Vale, el Battlefront 2. Bueno, Battlefront no estaba mal, pero bueno, la historia de este y el juego es mucho mejor, ¿eh? Pero muchísimo mejor.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss. The story of these rival squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come. I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
Vale, pues otro para octubre. Todos los que están presentando son para octubre, ¿eh? Ir preparando la cartera. Porque, joder.
That is not all EA has to share from a galaxy far, far away today. At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina.
Sí, bueno, es un poco Titanfall, pero bueno, es que es... A mí me encantó el juego. También hay que decir que soy un poco friki de Star Wars, pero a mí me ha encantado. Sims 4, Star Wars. ¿Qué es esto, tío? ¿Un Sims de Star Wars? Java. Pues poco ibas a moverte con Java, Java.
There is even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour, we've got Fall Guys Season 2 still to come, the reveal.
Oh, Fall Guys.
Can't wait for you guys
La segunda temporada.
And of course, a
A la gente enganchadísima al juego.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now, you might remember this next game from Annapurna Interactive from last year's Microsoft E3 event. And today, I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time loop is one of this year's most intriguing indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely all-star cast to the game. Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
All right, close your eyes. I want you to think of a flower. Look at its colors, its colors. Now I want you to imagine it changing, moving backward, returning to its bud. Think of that bud, unopened. Look at it as a whole, then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
Willem Dafoe? Oh, más raros sacan a veces, eh.
That's going to be a really special indie game. So glad to announce that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced Godfall, a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5.
Godfall, este ya lo vimos en
Tonight, we've got a quick sneak peek
el anterior
of
evento.
one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming as part of Gamescom 2020. Check this out.
¿Era el Woodfall?
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive looks at Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure you saw that earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
Expand, explore, tear the veil asunder, subvert new territory to our sovereign will. But that was what it wanted too. It raged unchecked.
¿De cuál es?
Bone, flesh.
¿Os suena este?
Life. We are infested with it.
What? Visitors?
Now, the gateway is failing. The jaws close. The final heartbeat approaches.
Have we tried turning it off and on again?
But before we fall, we shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
El Warframe, que es gratuito para todas las plataformas, como podéis ver.
So many people have been discovering or rediscovering video games during lockdown, whether it be older people or bored teenagers or middle-aged parents who suddenly find they have to do something together with their kids. And I think I've given out more advice about video games in 2020 than any other time ever, and as a result it's more important than ever that we keep making different interesting things for folk to play.
A pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia, demonstrar mais amor, mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this
hablando del tema del COVID.
virus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são puro amor.
Watch you sleeping, them snakes all around, you know they connected. When I was a kid, my grandmama told me I can't go to heaven, so I stopped praying and asking for blessings and started preparing for my Armageddon. Got nothing to lose, I'm all in. Walking the edge, don't fall in. Enough of the lies, don't apologize. I don't understand, are you foreign? This is the place, this is the site. Grab all your people and log in. I'm waiting, don't care how long it's gonna take. Watching and waiting for that first mistake. Don't come up missing, just checking the list. I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold out to the perfect condition. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time.
Pero no me suena de nada tampoco, ¿eh? Precio el crossover. Venga, decir algo de Play 5 ya, por favor.
All right, guys, we're back officially into hour 2. We've got an hour more of great stuff to show you. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that. Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet and Clank for PlayStation 5 and so much more across the next hour. Opening Night Live continues, and it just is the start of Gamescom 2020. But right now, on September 25th, Mafia Definitive Edition launches, a comprehensive, built-from-the-ground-up remake of the original Mafia. Tonight, we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer, called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore, which deals with Tommy's induction into the Salieri crime family. Check this out.
All these guys in this room, they're here because they have the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
They're loyal.
That's right.
Pues. Perdona, pero no podía ver los comentarios, no se me habían actualizado, ahora sí que lo puedo ver. Sí, creo que es el Mafia este que iban a sacar como recopilatorio de todos.
I'm trying to teach you the ropes, so you don't get strangled by them.
Now you stay straight with me, you're gonna be living the high life, Tom.
Qué buena la musiquilla, ¿eh? De fondo.
Don Salieri, you won't ever need to worry about me.
Okay then. Welcome to the family.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop. Check this out.
El Mafia tengo uno y tampoco lo he probado, ¿eh? Pues no me he fijado en los pies del presentador. Ahora me fijaré cuando salga otra vez, la verdad. No lo sé, Neroz, la verdad es que de verdad que no he jugado. Tengo el 3, de hecho. Es el 3 el que tengo. Y ni lo he probado.
Star Wars films and Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The entire series has been reimagined with new fun-filled Lego humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
Qué bueno, un Star Wars de Skywalker Saga, ¿eh? A este sí que he jugado, al del Señor de los Anillos jugué. Y al Lego Batman también he jugado, ¿alguno? Y diría que no he probado ninguno más, ningún Lego más. Este puede estar chulo, ¿eh? Se duerme de pie, ¿no? Sí que tiene unas cachos de pie, sí.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
Le han quitado la capa a Luke.
The Force will be with you always.
Se puede estar chulo este, ¿eh?
Not him, the Falcon.
Guaca, qué gran personaje, ¿eh? Siempre me ha gustado. Ese era Yoda con un peinado un poco raro, ¿no?
I am a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it, Jedi.
El paladín. Este me lo apunto, ¿eh? Que lo mismo cae. Hostia, en Switch puede estar de puta madre, ¿eh? Ya veremos si no cae.
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games.
Pero tampoco tiene los pies tan grandes, ¿no?
Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
¿Y esto qué es, tío? Tiene cooperativo también este, ponía. Este sale para Twitch y PC. No lo vamos a echar de menos mucho en Play, supongo. ¿Visto el símbolo de Xbox? Un Age of Empires, ¿no? Esto. Juego cruzado, está de moda ya el juego cruzado, ¿eh? Espero que se quede ya para siempre. Age of Empires, efectivamente. Sí, el Ori es una belleza. Es un juego que es bello. Ojo, ¿esto qué es? Little Hope. Oh, se viene un aluvión de trailers ahora, ¿eh? Probablemente sea del Game Pass, efectivamente, sí. Tienes razón, Neroz. El directo es de la conferencia de la Gamescom 2020. La presentación de nuevos juegos, quizás hablen de novedades de PlayStation 5. Han puesto algo de Call of Duty también. Bueno, y muchísimas novedades. Han dicho que presentarían un total de 38 juegos.
At the moment I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play.
Y tenemos a la amiga Lana.
Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection is really a big one for me where that's concerned. But I also still just casually binge Animal Crossing and I've been doing that basically all year.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing since I
Por cierto, que se me acaba la suscripción del Game Pass en octubre, creo. Así la renuevo.
Up next, we have the award for Best Microsoft Xbox Game. And the winner is Tell Me Why. Congratulations to Don't Not Entertainment. Well, after a big day of Gamescom events and announcements, you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and a late night show experience from gamers for gamers. Back to you, Geoff.
Thank you very much, Sid. And by the way, congratulations to Don't Nod for Tell Me Why, a really important game that is out now that you can play on Xbox and Game Pass. And as we know, there's a lot going on in the world
Game Pass ha
that
dicho.
goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching tonight, and I know we're all here because we love games and we know that games are good in the world and can bring us together, and I think we've all felt that in 2020. So I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games.
Sí, sí. De momento viene siendo lo mejor,
One way as a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a Gamescom forest.
A ver si explican algo de PS5, tío.
Gamers worldwide can go to
Fecha y precio.
gamescom.global
Estaría bien.
and donate to plant more trees. So let's plant a forest together. All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May. Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her, featuring rich, ray-traced 4K 60 FPS environments on next-gen hardware. Here is the first look at gameplay from Chorus.
You have broken my heart. For your betrayal, you will be broken.
Yo creo que lo de Play 5 se están reservando el final, porque aún falta por presentar Fall Guys temporada 2, Ratchet and Clank. También falta por presentar el Medal of Honor, el nuevo. Bueno, Kiro, le quedan 40 minutos en teoría al evento. Hasta las 10. Yo espero que lo presenten hoy todo. Chorus. En 2021 ponía. Aquí tenéis la segunda temporada de Fall Guys.
One game has defined the summer of 2020. It absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive.
¿Habéis probado el Fall Guys este? Yo he jugado 5 o 6 partidas solo, la verdad. Es divertido, pero bueno.
Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Está triunfando, pero algo exagerado, Es el juego de PlayStation Plus más descargado,
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm the lead game designer on Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's been playing and enjoying the game so far. As a team, we've been looking at all the fan arts, the memes, and the montages that people have been posting online, and the response to the game has really blown us away. Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first sneak peek at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying.
No, el ritmo es bueno, Neroce, así con una risa, pues mejor se lleva, claro. A ver, para jugar con colegas y eso es divertido, la verdad, Yo he jugado solo y la verdad es que solo no me acaba de hacer, pero bueno. Me recuerda mucho a Humor Amarillo, gran programa que hacían en Telecinco en los 90 o por ahí sería. Hartabas a reír con el Chino Cudeiro. Sí, bueno, estos grandes youtubers lo que hacen es eso, es jugar a lo que hay, a lo que está de moda, vamos. Yo prefiero jugar a lo que me gusta y disfrutar. Que ojo, que no digo que me enganche, que he probándolo más días, pero bueno. Lo dudo.
My father has Colorado in the palm of his hand. And he's
Exacto, lo juegan 2 o 3 famosos y todo el mundo sigue la onda.
I am not.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. She's already tried once.
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them for glory when I was right there.
El rubio jugando el WoW puede ser la risa, la verdad. Le falta algo al evento, alguna novedad guapa, tío. A ver si ponen algo. De este ya hemos visto mucho, de Wastelands. Va a salir directamente en el Game Pass, si no me equivoco, el Wasteland 3.
Any new appreciation for gaming at this time, because my appreciation for gaming before couldn't be higher.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento.
Como los brasileños,
É o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
You get to travel all over the world in games, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment I'm playing
Sí, parece un juego de estrategia.
You know, I kind of prefer it to the real Japan just because I've heard that in real life they don't let you run around with katanas.
I appreciate games a lot more than films, music or whatever, and it's just fine for me to have the time to play with friends or even with my family, to have a lot of fun.
I've been mostly at home with small children, and gaming is the only thing that I get to do for myself anymore. I find it's not only an escape, it's also a way to challenge my brain.
Gaming is becoming clearly more important for a lot of people.
Esa Game Boy, buena. 2 tengo yo, de estas todavía.
Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ori. Yes, yes. It's definitely an incredible time now to be a gamer, yes.
También hablan mejor las brasileñas que los brasileños.
I'm Vince Sampella, head of Respawn Entertainment. When we set out to create Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there. It's a series that is grounded in history.
Espero que lo de PS5 lo dejen para el final,
Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the
Ya sé que soy un poco pesadito, pero es que tengo muchas ganas de saber la fecha y precio.
Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied
Y de
Assault
Series X también,
and I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR. The team is creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
Oh, Game Boy Color no tengo ninguna yo, tío. Tenía una mi hermana, pero no sé dónde fue a parar. Sí, Kiro, la Series X es la nueva generación de consolas de Xbox. La han llamado así, un nombre un poquito extraño, pero bueno. Sí, es un stream para adultos, pero ojo, a ver qué vas a decir, que te conozco.
Welcome to France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is.
We're gonna have to improvise here.
Escucha cómo se ve la mano,
Members of the resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war.
But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant. It'll be a wild ride, but we'll get you there.
Jet fighters, brace yourselves. Like I said, boom.
¿Qué juego es este, tío? El tema de los brazos así, digo, a ver si va a ser de VR.
There are things as people I'm willing to sacrifice myself for.
Sí, Neroz, yo creo que tiene que ser. Ah, pues mira, el Medal of Honor.
Somehow this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
Hostia, no sabía que era para VR. Oh, pues un shooter así me gustaría a mí probar, en realidad virtual.
Thank you so much, Vince. That looks incredible. And now we're here with Respawn Entertainment's Peter Hirschman, game director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR.
Sí, en su día jugamos mucho al Medal of Honor,
Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really
aún tengo alguno por la estantería.
incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience. What can we expect?
Well, Geoff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team back at Respawn that's been working really hard on this.
¿Es solo para VR?
Exciting to premiere the trailer with you. Medal of Honor, going back to its roots, was always about putting the player in the boots.
Lo he visto un poco simple, el juego, la verdad, gráficamente. Supongo que es...
And with VR, we're able to
no
do
sé.
that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive experience, most immersive combat experience I've ever been able to work on. And the story follows you as a player being recruited into
Ponía para Oculus.
the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. And their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II, they sent operatives all over Europe, deep behind enemy lines. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity in the environment, emergent game player. You got the piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative, which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors. And it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure. Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which
Sí, puede ser de los primeros Medal of Honor. La verdad que los primeros fueron guapos, No recuerdo de qué años eran. Pero fueron antes que Call of Duty, si no me equivoco,
And the story is shot all from your perspective because it's VR. Your head is
Diría que sí, yo un año antes, un par de años.
Everything revolves around your perspective, so you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you.
Y por cierto, hoy con el hype del nuevo Call of Duty, el Black Ops, el Cold War empezó a jugar a la historia, a la campaña del Black Ops del 1, del original. He empezado a jugarlo esta mañana para refrescar la idea así de la historia, como sigue la historia directamente del 1, el Cold War, pues vamos, que tenía ganas de jugarlo y me he enchufado esta mañana.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your heart, and I'm like, wow, there's There's so much there to experience. It looks really rich and detailed, obviously authentic as well. Paying tribute to everyone that.
Sí, más o menos. Yo creo que habrá un año de diferencia o poco más, entre los Medal of Honor, el primero y el Call of Duty.
Is really known for, and you've had a great single player experience, but I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. You spend much of your career trying to map natural human movements to a controller, and just figuring out things like making feel good, and one of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, how you duck, you just duck, and how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just, it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing.
Tengo ganas yo de jugar un juego así con las VR, ¿eh? No las tengo, la verdad. He estado a punto de comprármela varias veces, pero no he acabado comprándome ninguna. Probé el Iron Man este último en la feria de Barcelona, la BCN Games World. Y pillé un mareo de la hostia. Y me echó eso un poquito para atrás, ¿eh? Pero el Resident Evil o el Skyrim jugarlo me encantaría, ¿eh? No sé si la tenéis o la habéis probado vosotros, las VR de PlayStation. Eso digo yo, tío, pillé un mareo pero del copón, ¿eh? En la feria. Estaba de pie también y eso, ¿eh? Pero hostia, cuando empezó a elevarse lo que es el personaje de Iron Man, pillé un vértigo de narices, tío. Bueno, a mí no es que me vaya mucho, pero que jugar un juego de estos de un tipo Resident tiene que estar guapo, ¿eh? No descarto, comprármelas así si bajan de precio ahora con la Play 5 y eso. Y me marea, me tomaré una biodramina de esa y me acuesto. Todo sea por jugar.
I have broken my vow, and now I fight to break free.
Qué chulo los gráficos estos así, que hacen ahora. Tipo Zelda. De hecho, la capa esta se parece bastante a la de Zelda, Pues la verdad es que impresionan, las gafas. No sé yo, sí, yo me mareé bastante, la verdad, y sé de gente que también. Pero bueno, también estaba de pie allí en un recinto muy grande. Supongo que sentado será diferente. No sé, no las descarto, como hagan una oferta estas de baratitas que hacen a veces, no las descarto. Spillbreak. Este no había leído nada. El 3 de septiembre, joder, está aquí ya esto. Semana que viene, ¿no? Sí. Es gratuito, ponía. Play for free. A ver, Marte Game Pass. Este es el emulador ese de vuelo que ha salido. La verdad es que el Game Pass está de coña, Yo lo tengo y A mí me gusta más que el Now, que el de PlayStation, la verdad. Exacto, esto es lo que iba a decir. El hecho de jugar en consola y también en PC es una gozada, la verdad. Y luego el catálogo, cada mes ponen 5 o 6 juegos. Está muy bien. Y más ya que lo pillé una oferta de... Me costó el año, no llegó a 41 euros, creo que me costó. Tiene un catálogo muy bueno, la verdad. El Blade se ha visto por aquí. Ahora ya van a sacar esto también, para jugar. En streaming ya está, que yo lo he probado. Va bastante bien, la verdad. $1 el primer mes de prueba. Para los que no hayáis tenido el Game Pass, porque yo lo he mirado y a mí ya no me dejan estas ofertas.
Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Enjoy. World Premiere. A ver qué nos presentan ahora. Oh, el Amiga. Este es el... ¿Cómo se llamaba? ¿El Turrican? ¿Puede ser? Este también lo jugué en su día, Joder. Sí, el anterior era el mando de Xbox, Turrican, efectivamente. Algo había escuchado, que lo van a sacar también ahora. 30 años tiene que tener este juego tranquilamente, Efectivamente es Turrican. Creo que es un nuevo juego o es... 30 aniversario, mira, 30 años había hecho yo más o menos. Y Destiny 2 también se había dicho que iban a hablar de él.
For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the dark power of stasis.
Creo que salió en Sega también, pero primeramente salió en Amiga 500, un ordenador. Bueno, lo jugué después en retro. Me va mucho los retro a mí también. Coño, todavía tengo la Amiga 500 por ahí dando vueltas. Me has hecho pensar, sí que diría yo que era de Sega, o que salió posteriormente en Sega, Bueno, el Amiga 500 era de disquets, porque salió después, los disquets de 3,5.
Let them come. This is their fate. One after another.
Están presentando nuevos personajes, supongo, de Destiny. Este es el día de cuando salió, me lo compré, jugué bastante. Pero luego dejé de jugar, me dejó de enganchar el juego, tío. Y mira que hay gente que sigue jugando, Tengo un par de amigos que están enganchados, como Alex CD de Vida Extra, que está enganchadísimo a esto. De hecho, en Twitter pues solo di una encuesta de si era el mejor juego de la generación. Hola androides, saludos.
I have one more award to give out tonight, and that is Best Sony PlayStation Game. So, without further ado, the winner.
Vale, quedan 15 minutos en principio de lo que hayan dicho. Cyberpunk, ojo.
Congratulations.
Ay, digo, van a presentar algo nuevo. A ver si dicen algo de Play 5 al final.
So check out the Gamescom Awards user voting, where you can vote for your favorite streamer, Gamescom's most wanted, and Best of Gamescom. The winners will be revealed at
Sí, la encuesta salió que no. Yo de hecho voté que no.
Players, esports, and more. So tune in on Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time to see the grand finale of this year's Gamescom, where we give gamers the stage. That's it for me tonight.
No sabría con qué juego de esta generación quedarme, la verdad. La cosa está complicada,
We're all in this together, so take care. Back to you, Geoff.
No puedo tener un favorito, es que no. No sabría escoger uno,
A lot of people have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation.
Vale, ahora van a enseñar al Ratchet and Clank. Pues no tiene pinta de que hablen de la nueva generación de consolas. Al menos hoy. Recordar que la feria dura hasta el 29 o el 30 y quizás se digan más cosas. Tú lo tienes claro, tú el WoW seguro. Yo la verdad es que no lo tengo claro, O sea, el God of War es un juegazo. El de Last of Us, este último, el Ghost of Tsushima, a mí me ha encantado también, pero hostia, elegir uno. Resident Evil 7 lo disfruté muchísimo también. No sé, no sabría escoger uno. Sí, van a ver vídeos todos los días, Esta es una presentación online que han querido hacer, pero dura hasta el domingo, sí, hasta el domingo la feria. Este juego tiene que ser divertido, Los otros me los pasé todo también en su día. Y los que me gustaban muchísimo eran los Jak and Daxter, que no se sabe nada de esos juegos ya, Esa saga. De hecho me gustaban bastante más que estos, los Jak and Daxter. ¿El qué, Neroz? ¿Si voy a dar el qué? Si te refieres a la directo sobre la Gamescom, si los hacen, sí. Pero no sé si van a hacer, Sí, si hacen, ya te digo, si hacen eventos así que los anuncien cada día, de un par de horas así, los haré, así los podemos comentar y nos reímos un ratito aquí. Así no nos vemos solos también. Es más entretenido, ¿no? A mí por lo menos me gusta, me río. Luego miraré el desglose de los horarios, que lo tengo descargado, creo, en el ordenador. Pero no me suena, que ponga que vayan a hacer directos. Supongo que harán resúmenes diarios o algo así. Este puede ser un vicio, este juego, ¿eh? Sí, yo encantado de que venga. La verdad es que has estado en todos los directos que he hecho de eventos y me lo he pasado bien, la verdad. La verdad que se agradece. Esta parte la habíamos visto ya, en la presentación de la Play 5 de vídeo. Por lo menos me suena bastante. Sí, tiene bastante pinta de divertido, la verdad. Ahora es el gameplay más extenso que hemos visto hoy, ¿eh? Pero con diferencia, diría yo. Oh, que paranoia esos cambios que hace, ¿eh? Que sepáis que es de PlayStation 5, ¿eh? Ya corre en la Play 5 este gameplay. De hecho ya se nota, ¿eh? El colorido, los efectos de luz. La verdad es que tiene pinta de que este salto generacional va a ser bastante potente, ¿eh? En comparación con los otros que hemos vivido. La gente que ha probado el nuevo Call of Duty, ya sé que un Call of Duty no es un claro ejemplo de graficazos, pero dicen que ya se nota mucha diferencia del Modern Warfare, que ya era mucha diferencia con los anteriores Call of Duty. El nuevo, el Cold War, ¿eh? No sé si lo he escuchado de Alpha Sniper y de otro... No sé si era Shoki, el otro que lo comentó también. Había un cambio muy, muy grande. Sí, me ha parecido también, ¿eh? Que no ha recargado ni una sola vez. Estos son divertidos, estos juegos son para divertirse. Los otros son muy divertidos, por lo menos. Exclusivo, como hemos dicho, de Play 5. Venga, soltad la flecha ya ahí. Y veis, ponía capturado en PlayStation 5.
There you have it, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games. Guys, it was so great to see that.
Supongo que este juego no lo sacarán en Play 4 porque no podrá correr en Play 4.
It's amazing to see what you're doing with the power of PS5 and the SSD.
Pero vamos, que la calidad gráfica que hemos visto últimamente en los juegos de este año de Play 4 es espectacular, ¿eh? Como The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, es espectacular.
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower enables us to fill our worlds with the kind of density and life that we've never been able before. More important, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to.
No, aún no han dicho fecha de la PlayStation 5. Ha filtrado el precio, en teoría, de una tienda de una cadena de tiendas de electrónica de China o de Japón, no recuerdo bien. Pero bueno, una filtración así un poquito. Hay que cogerla con pinzas, vamos. Sí, Ratchet and Clank es exclusivo de PlayStation, de la 5 de hecho. De hecho, Insomniac Games lo ha comprado el estudio PlayStation, Sony, vamos.
And that enables you to basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or
Yo ya os digo, yo me decanto siempre por PlayStation por los exclusivos, porque la verdad es que me suelen gustar todos. Es que todos, es que me paro a pensar y me gustan todos. Desde God of War hasta el Uncharted, hasta The Last of Us, ahora la nueva está de Ghost of Tsushima, el Days Gone, que para mí ha tenido muy poco nombre, pero es un juegazo también. No sé si lo habéis jugado. Yo lo estoy jugando ahora, que lo tenía y no lo había jugado, lo estoy jugando ahora. Luego los exclusivos de Xbox tienen algunos que están bien, pero tampoco es lo que me tira para atrás a mí de Xbox, que me la acabaré comprando seguramente. Sí.
Ratchet and Clank, just because the hacks give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying kick with every bullet. But when you throw the shatter bomb, you can actually feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels different and you can tell what you're holding. But of course, the adaptive trigger.
No sé a cuál te refieres, de robots pequeños. Ah, quizás lo vimos en la Premiere, ¿no? De PlayStation 5, ¿puede ser?
In the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double shotgun. You can pull the trigger.
Hostia, pues no recuerdo cuál,
you hit resistance to fire a single barrel, and then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically.
Se acercan las 2 horas de evento, ¿eh? Espero que dure un poquito más y que sepamos alguna cosilla más interesante. Habían dicho que iba a durar 2 horas el evento.
Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Well, canonically, this is an extension.
Hostia, pues no sé cuál dices ahora, Neroz. No me suena, tío.
Into the Nexus, 2013.
Luego lo miraré a ver.
Standalone adventure. So it's one that.
Ya por curiosidad.
If you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll. For hardcore fans, we have a lot.
Lo que tiene el tío al fondo son discos de vinilo, ¿no? Parecen.
See a lot of returning characters and planets and all through a whole new layer
¿Música?
of multiple dimensionality.
Yeah, no, this Rift Tether thing I think looks really exciting. And how often, like, is that something we saw in the demo? Is that something you're going to see like frequently in the game? Are there special moments? Like, I guess I'm curious, like, how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift Tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet. Okay. Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to, when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I gotta say, it's incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
I mean, the world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little...
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Sí, parece un disco de vinilo y sí, tiene unos cuantos el tío,
People on the internet, they'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I got to say, I mean, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun. And as you said, of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting. Before we go, though, I think everyone around the world wants to know when we're going to get to play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now? Mike?
So Ratchet is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
What kind of window? Is it big window? So, no, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're gonna get.
Quizás digan noticias de Play 5 en los restantes días que quedan de la feria, o no sé, o quizás hagan un evento más adelante. Los de por parte de Sony, quiero decir. Como los State of Play estos que hacen.
Thanks, Geoff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 5. And that's going to do it for opening night. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned.
Me está despidiendo, me parece, el evento.
Live Gamescom coverage at gamescom.global. As for us, we'll see you later this year for the Game Awards 2020. Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Pues sí, acabo de despedir lo que ha sido el evento. Me esperaba ver bastantes más cosas, la verdad, bastantes más novedades. Pero bueno, espero que en los siguientes días hagan públicas otras noticias, sobre todo de cara a Xbox Series X y PlayStation 5. Nada, gracias por haberme acompañado en el directo. Me lo he pasado bien, me he reído un ratito con vosotros y pondré por Twitter si voy a hacer directos de los próximos. Y nada, si queréis estar aquí conmigo, pues aquí estaré. ¿Vale?